Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Very Sky Radio Lead, a video update for you. I was going to watch a movie, but this just came off the press, so I was looking it over before going and doing this. It has to do with SSDI payments, and etc. Now, for some of you wondering, okay, we got enough news today. What's the latest? Seattle Times have just reported, I haven't checked other places, but reported, this comes from the Seattle Times, my source. Basically, there's a glitch in the IRS Treasury Department programming. Now, some people have gotten their $1,200 or $2,400 for married couples, but also it's also stating that the children of the getting $500 each, they haven't got. So let's go over this real quick. I'll give you the link if you want it. This is actually helping with the timeline for your benefits. It says many Americans woke up Wednesday expecting to find a payment of $1,200 or more from the government. That was yesterday. But instead they realized nothing had arrived yet, or the wrong amount was deposited. Parents of young children complained they did not receive their promised $500 for their dependent children. U.S. Treasury Steve Mnuchin has instructed the IRS to payments out as fast as possible to help offset the pain of losing jobs and shutting down business. But numerous glitches affecting filers who use the tax preparers, parents of dependent children, people 2019 tax returns still to be processed, or delayed payments or caused confusion. Let me give you guys the links, but I will read this for you so you guys can understand. Several million people who filed their taxes via H&R Block, TurboTax, other popular service were unable to get their payments because the IRS did not have their direct deposit information on file. Companies and experts have said. All right, so let's continue down the story, all right? So basically, unable to get their payments because of direct deposit info. So they're not getting their payments because of direct deposit info. So here's the link in the comments if anyone wants to read it. I'm going to continue reading it because this helps with the timeline for your future stimuluses. The IRS launched Get My Payment tool Wednesday for people to track their payments and enter direct deposit information. Many who use it said they received a message, payment status not available, a frustration that left them without answers. Some parents told the Washington Post that they received $1,200 payment for a single head household or $2,400 for married couples, but the IRS left out the $500 per child under 17 payments. IRS and Treasury official acknowledged that they're well aware. Frickin' bugs! Working with them to fix it. A Treasury spokesman noted the IRS processed nearly 80 million payments in less than 3 weeks. That's just over half of the 150 million payments expected to go out under the Economic Impact Payment Program. Let's get... Social Security recipients will automatically receive their payments later this month. Later, which means they're basically bankrolling, in my opinion, the 30th, the end of April, like they said. Paper checks will have President Donald Trump's name on them and are expected to start going out in coming days. Low-income Americans who do not file tax return, including the homeless, are also eligible to receive $1,200 check, but only if they enter their information in the non-filers tool at IRS.gov. But the homeless are probably going to be screwed over, everyone, because there's no access to a computer because libraries are all shut down. Below is a rundown of the most common issues preventing people from getting payments and what steps the IRS recommends to rectify them. Millions of H&R Block, TurboTax, and Jackson Hewitt customers didn't get their payments. Customers who use popular tax preparation services such as H&R Block, TurboTax, Jackson Hewitt complained on Twitter and the Post that they didn't get their stimulus checks on Wednesday. Right. Can we continue? We'll continue. All right, so up to 21 million tax filers could be affected, said consumer law expert Vijay Rajav. Yeah, okay, whatever. Because the IRS does not have these people direct deposit information filed. This is coming from the Times. receive advance of the tax refund from these companies. The Seattle Times published this, so I don't have any contact. I don't own this, so I'm just sharing it with you. A fee for tax preparation taken out of their tax refund. Reason for the tax preparation companies to receive these people's tax refunds: first, deduct their fees and then distribute the remaining fund to customers. Because of that, IRS had temporary bank accounts and filed that the tax preparer created for the 2019 tax season, this guy said. All right, so then it says the IRS is aware of the problem. A spokesman, such and such, the National Consumer Law Center said IRS told her that it found a way to work around the problem. A significant percentage of these people will ultimately get direct deposit. But so far, many are still waiting. Or I should say, many, if not all, are still waiting. Certain from such and such person from California, Chino, I'm not going to give that guy's name, who recently lost his job, was shocked to discover that he would not be receiving the payment on his H&R Block Emerald card, the debit card in which he receives his tax refund. Wife, this guy's wife, a nurse who cares for homebound people, have 2 young children, and we're counting on $3,400 to pay rent and other bills. Couple out an H&R Block take the preparation fee out of their refund earlier this year, which means the IRS didn't have the bank details. I'm not happy with H&R Block. I probably won't be do business with them ever again. Well, yeah, that's because you're not getting frickin' your money. That's the bottom line. You're not getting your money. So what's that tell you about Social Security, okay? I'll tell you what it means. I know Chloe would like to interject her thoughts, but it's probably the same as mine. Basically, they're saying there's a glitch. Is there anything more to read? Let's look. I've been unable to get through with anyone on H&R Block phone line. Went to IRS website, told to enter a couple of bank information, which is H&R Block, and clear about what to do. The company's website, we're still waiting for answers from IRS, blah, blah, and Emerald card hold. Washington Post spoke with 6 other people in similar situations. Payment status not available. People that haven't got their payments. Frustrated taxpayers also took to Twitter to vent about their inability to track and when and how to get their money. Some posted an image, a message received, enter their information. There are a number of reasons the tool can't check status. You aren't eligible for a payment. Okay, so look at this. So basically, the reasons your tool can't check the status of your payment. Here we go. This is going to be good. This is why I basically do these videos for you, because I want you to know the absolute truth. So the IRS tells the Times right here, the reason you don't get a status of stimulus check, you aren't eligible for a payment. So, eligible. There you go. Government saying you're not eligible. Your payment is based on your status as a Social Security, disability, a railroad retiree beneficiary. In this case, the IRS will use your SSA or RRB Form 1099 payment information. Your payment information isn't available to get my payment tool. There you go. You see? Right there. So they're telling you if you have Direct Express, you have an H&R Emerald card, whatever, and you're on primary benefits, Social Security, retirement, or both, like Chloe's SSI retirement, I'm survivor of disability, that they're telling Chloe and I we're not worthy of the tool because we receive benefits. Therefore, it's another way of delaying the system.
Well, I'm going to head to that one store and work on that.
You have not filed 2018 or 2019 federal tax return. Sure. Tell the owner I said hello. You filed your 2019 return, but it hasn't been fully processed. Don't. You use the non-filers too, but the information you entered is still being processed. So basically, here's what they're saying. Okay, here's the bottom line. Let's just go over here for a second. The bottom line, Social Security, okay, there's a glitch. The glitch is big. Where's your money? There, it tells you right there. Your money is being delayed. Hey, if you're going to go out, would you be kind to look into some of that if he has it, that dark select tobacco for me. Thanks. Okay, so but what does this mean exactly for this error? Okay, the error is simple. They're basically stating, let me cross check once more for you all. They're stating that your benefits are being delayed. Okay, a lot of people didn't get their payments of their $500 because of the tax problem, right? And hold on. Look, I'm doing a video, so can I do my video, please? Fine, thank you. Basically, what's going on is the IRS had a glitch, okay? There's multiple glitches. One is you can't check your benefits. People say, well, why can't I check my benefits? It's because A, you didn't file taxes, so they're saying that your status of your payment's not available. Two is you're on Social Security, disability, SSI, survivors, retirement, that won't tell you. Or three, they're basically blatantly telling you that that you're not eligible for a payment. Not everyone is eligible. Four, you have not filed a 2018 or 2019 tax return. If you filed your 2019 return, it hasn't been fully processed. So they're saying if you filed your 2019 taxes, your payments might not be processed because of COVID or coronavirus. So there's your answers. So what's that mean for it all? Well, let me answer it in the way that I can answer it for all of you loving people out there waiting for your checks. It's basically stating until the IRS fix this glitch, you guys, you, the people, are literally going to be screwed over. I mean, literally, they got to fix the glitch. People say, oh, you're going to get your checks tomorrow. I've already checked Direct Express. I don't get a no pending. They're not going to basically give a check Friday or Saturday or Monday. Why? I'll tell you why. Because the government has got to fix this error. Now, they've already explained the whole why my payment thing isn't working. It's because two reasons. The system, the server's bogged down with so many people wanting their payment checks and waiting and waiting. I basically am just waiting patiently. Two, the system is basically bogged down, right? And the other reason is if you don't qualify for a stimulus check, they're not going to give you one. And so it says for qualifying people. Second, basically for anyone on railroad, survivors of railroad, Social Security, survivors, retirement, SSI, those people can't check the status of their accounts or their payment because it's not that non-filer thing is not programmed for these people to check. Now, if you file taxes and you're collecting Social Security, then yes, it'll work for you. But for everyone else, no. And then people are complaining, like I said, that the error was that they basically people went ahead and are complaining about their dependents not getting payments. I'll tell you what happened with the dependents, okay? In the last few days, we've gotten updated information on what to do to get your dependents payments right away. Fortunately, before that, they lollygagged. They basically did the slow poke maneuver by basically sitting there and basically doing slow. Well, you got to file. You don't have to file. You got to file. You got to not file. Eventually, it confused people. Now, people are turning around and finding out if you have children, you need to put it in the portal. Well, some of these people basically did the portal as soon as they could, and they're not getting their money. So, again, IRS had some problems, with the other issues, the non-filing portal, et cetera, et cetera. So they're basically processing it. Problem is, with the COVID virus or COVID-19, you can't. With the COVID virus, aka coronavirus, basically what's going on is simple. The government has got some errors, okay? It's not their fault. People want to sit there and blame everyone else for their fault. The problem is the government's running on a skeleton crew, trying to get 150 million plus people's checks out, whether it be direct express, direct deposit, or paper. Fortunately, the problem is people waiting for paper is going to be suffering longer. So, like I said, some people are getting errors. We can't, we have no information this time. That's because either A, they don't qualify for payment, or B, their taxes are still pending. So there you have it. So until they work out the next bugs, okay, this is how I see it. Think of, let me put it in simple terms for you people wanting your Social Security checks, okay? Your stimulus checks, for being on SSI or SSDI. Think of it this way, okay? This report comes out to the Times. They're saying, look, we have bugs and glitches. Now, when you have a bug or glitch, basically, in a video game, before the game is produced or is sent out to the mass market to play, usually 99% of the bugs are worked out. Sometimes not always. That's why they give you patches for games, for example. Game patches, right? Patches. Like Windows has bugs, they always put in patches or updates, right? So what the system's got to do right now under the computer terminology is they got to go in and apply patches and fixes or patches, as they call it, that patch the holes. So once they patch the computer programming part, things will get better. But in the meantime, think of what today is. Today is the 16th. Tomorrow's the 17th. What happens? 17th happens. They got to patch it. So if they can fix the error for yesterday's payment problems, those payments will probably go up between the 20th and the 23rd. Maybe the 24th, once they fix the bugs. They can fix it over the weekend. It's not that bad. Once they figure out the coding, they can fix it. That's why they call it computer coding. Now, you guys are wondering about the final parts. Now, in the meantime, this is basically stating that if they can't get the patches done properly, just think of it as a computer lesson here of programming. Now, what's going to happen is that there's going to be delays, basically. They're going to be like, oh, we can't deliver the SSI payment in early May. We're going to have to do it mid-May or into May due to the fact that they have to fix this and get everyone who has children who has direct deposit to get their payments, and everyone who was supposed to get a payment yesterday to get their payments. So when they fix that I'm just giving SSI recipients as an example. But here's the example to go further. While their SSI recipients are waiting for this patch to go and fix things, they got to make sure this patch happens and fixes it so it doesn't happen for SSI or SSDI retirement and survivors benefits. For example, what happens if survivors and Social Security turn around and they get nailed again? Huh? What happens if they're sitting there, right? And they say, oh, payments are going to go up to 22nd. That's the next Wednesday or Thursday, right? Next Wednesday. All of a sudden, lo and behold, I'm up. Lo and behold, no money, right? They say, oh, we only paid direct express people. Let's just say hypothetically, the disability people, 1 million out of like 20 million, okay? That's 19 million people that's got to wait for the patch again to get it fixed, to pay more. It could be a stall tactic. It could be a bug in the system. But the main thing is it's there. So then they got to go patch it. That delays people for direct deposit. Meanwhile, everyone else will be starting to see their checks be printed out. Meanwhile, while their checks are being printed out, people are waiting for another week. Now, let's just say the end of May, they say SSI, which we know it's beginning of May. Now it's the beginning of June or mid-June. The disability, they got to patch it and everything else. Then, if they have fixed the errors from the previous glitches, they got to go and fix the errors for the current glitches, which is the glitches for the SSI, survivors, disability, retirement, railroad. When they get that done, then they could say all transactions have been done. But that could be, one guy said a couple months. I'm not betting a couple months, but I'm just saying hypothetically it could be there because of the glitches. So I just want you to know that right now under the update, some people didn't get their payments. So the IRS, the Treasury Department, Social Security, etc., they got to work together, pull the resources to fix it. And if you're listening to my video, H&R Block and other places, TurboTax, they're having problems too. So it's not just about one thing, it's about a million other. People want their money. They need their money to survive. They're not getting their money to survive. They're living on a coat thread or a string, a very thin string hanging in the balance, and they're living on it waiting for the money. Because of it, well, let me just put it to this way in easy terms, okay? Personal opinions, this isn't a, freedom of speech thing. But look at it this way. Unfortunately, Congress and the Democrats wanted a overseer of all the money for the stimulus package. Government didn't want it. You can see why. There's so many bugs, and they got to fix it. Now, I'm not blaming why they want an overseer. I'm just saying, look at it this way. Oh, and not to mention, once again, that if you read the news, your money, your tax dollar, bailed out the airlines, which you'll never see. You're just going to see it when you go fly on a plane, because you'll be paying for the airlines to stay afloat. So we're basically paying for that. So I just figured I would share that with you all. So there you have it. So, don't get upset over it. It's just, look at it from that point of view. The SBA, small loans, out of money. Airlines got bailed out. They want to do another stimulus plan. Hopefully they do, but they need to iron out the current plan, because if there was not enough money, and the Treasury's trying to prop up things, or the Federal Reserve, then maybe they need to prop up these people that need their money now, because that's how I see it. But in the meantime, everyone, stay tuned for an update when we get an update from Direct Express, Social Security, or something comes over the wire that talks about glitches and etc., etc. Anything new related to your payments, I will be posting it as soon as I can. So that said, everyone, I hope this video finds it informative. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion, hit that like, subscribe button. So it's fun for the family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Hit that bell notification. It will notify you of new content. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for another video when and if I have new information for you. Thank you so much. And God bless you in everything you do.